Bullet Club.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've been before, welcome to the channel if this is your first time. This is Leanne Presents, and we are your hosts. I am Alan, and this is Leanne. Rags is there. You probably can't see him right now, but he'll probably make himself known at some point during this video. But he is indeed laying on the table, right in front of you, underneath the camera. And as you've already seen from the title card, around about 30-40 seconds ago-ish, these are our predictions for the forthcoming WWE PLE King and Queen of the Ring. I think this probably has to be one of the largest hashtags that WWE ever used. Hashtag WWE King and Queen.
Yeah, it's long.
Like, just, yeah.
We have limited characters on X.
I know, right?
Keep them short.
So, this one's going to be a bit weird, because there's only really 3 official matches announced. We know we're getting 5 at a dead minimum, because of the finals of both the King and Queen of the Ring tournament matches. But aside from that, only 3 other matches have been made.
Yeah.
And it kind of leads into what I was saying, I think it was last PLE, which was Backlash? Yeah. A lot of the PLEs these days, unless it's WrestleMania, tend to only have like 5 or 6 matches on it. It kind of harkens back to the 90s, which is kind of a good thing, because they're not running until 4.5 hours long when they don't need to be. But at the same time, it's going to be 3 hours with 5 matches. If they're 20 minutes a match, that's an hour and a half-ish of in-ring action. So what are you doing with the other hour and a half?
Filler!
You know? So, yeah. So usually we would do the non-title matches first. And then the title matches. In the order that I'm kind of looking forward to them the most. With this one's a bit weird, because would you class the King and Queen of the Ring finals as a title?
In a sense, yes, but it's not like traditional.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess when we have events like Elimination Chamber, that kind of thing, it's like the signature match, right?
Yeah.
So we probably put
those at the end. No. I'm absolutely putting this at the end. I'm actually putting the finals at the end, because we need to...
So it's not like a title match, but it's for a title in a way.
There's going to be a lot of speculation with these titles, with the King and Queen of the Ring as well, because we haven't got the actual finals yet. Yeah. So that's fun.
So we're recording this on Tuesday, so SmackDown hasn't aired, so we've only got one half of the...
Yeah, because by the time that SmackDown airs, and then if we record it on Saturday, and then edit it, it'll be up for like 3 hours before the PLE hits, and that's not a lot of time. So we want to give enough time for everyone to watch our predictions videos.
Yep.
Just as a quick side note, this will be our last predictions video until probably the July PLE, whatever that's going to be, probably Money in the Bank, because as we noted during our Backlash reactions, we are going to be away.
Wait, we do have one. Well, wait, it's the last
WWE.
PLE.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we're going to be away for
Clash of the Castle. Yeah, so we're not going to have predictions for that, because we won't be able to get time to do it, and we're not going to be at home when the PLE happens. Yeah. So
we won't have any signal to catch up.
No, we're going to be in the middle of a field with 90,000 other people watching some heavy metal. Well, majority of heavy metal, I guess.
We'll be watching.
I mean, there's some heavyish bands. So that's cool. Anyway, getting back to the point. So what I'm going to do is do the title matches first, followed by the Queen of the Ring and then the King of the Ring, and then give a breakdown, and then we're going to give our predictions. So the first match we're going to talk about is going to be champion versus champion, Cody Rhodes defending his undisputed WWE title against the United States champion, Logan Paul.
Yep.
So this literally just came about. It's probably, I know how it's come about. Saudi Arabia have gone, we want Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, and WWE have gone, yes, master.
Yeah, pretty much.
Effectively. And it's just basically come about. Nick Aldis came to the ring and said, Cody, here's your number 1 contender, Logan Paul. That was it. There was no tournament. There was no matches. There was nothing to sort of go, yeah, you deserve this.
You don't usually have one champion randomly becoming number 1 contender for another champion. Whenever that's happened and they've had title versus title, there's a lot of build-up and reason for it. Because otherwise it's just like throwing 2 people in the ring when there are other people who could be going for both of those championships.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah. Just a bit. So, I mean, as you said, the only other build-up we've really had is them kind of mouthing off each other at a contract signing. And Logan Paul effectively saying he's not going to put his United States title on the line because Cody doesn't deserve it. But if Cody, the undisputed WWE champion, doesn't deserve the US title, then what does he deserve, right? That makes no sense to me.
When does he ever make sense?
I mean, this is true. He is the table, after
Pronouns,
all.
pal.
He is the table. So, I did see, whilst I was trying to get resources for images and whatnot for this video, while we were catching up with Raw just now, Pro Wrestling News reportedly got an image, or I guess it was from Raw last night. We did actually see it on Raw last night, where it had Cody versus Logan, and all it had on there was undisputed WWE title with the title belt there. There was no mention of the United States Championship or the picture of that title at all. So originally, I believe they were kind of leading you on to be title versus title winner takes all. But now they've just kind of gone, no, we're not going to do that. And I don't know why, because I think ripping that title off of Logan Paul would be the best thing right now.
For us?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think that for WWE, they can't. This is going to go right into my predictions. I don't think they can take the title off either of these guys at the moment without causing riots, like literally. So if they did title versus title, someone has to lose. I don't think that would have worked for what they're doing.
I think I actually have to disagree with that one, because if anyone can effectively get that title away from Logan Paul right now, it would be Cody Rhodes.
But it's too soon.
Logan Paul's had that title since what, September?
Yeah, but he hasn't done.
No, I know. And now I'm going to have to put a censor in, so thanks for that. Jeez, let me make a note.
Sorry.
Censor. Dear God.
I feel strongly.
Oh, no, I've got to put another censor in.
I blame Rags. He's distracting.
Right. Okay, let's get back on track. So I was kind of hoping it would be title versus title. Yeah. Because then if Cody wins the United States Championship, he becomes a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Obviously, they're just screwing him over like they were trying to do with The Rock. When The Rock came out and went, I'm going to face Roman Reigns, not you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so, I mean, have you got anything else to say about this? Because I don't. I mean, the problem is, right, with Logan Paul holding this title, I know I just cut you off there. Logan Paul holding this title, he doesn't even show up for work.
I know. He only shows up for like little skits.
Yeah, it's crap.
Running away from.
It's Roman Reigns 2.0. It's Roman Reigns light, because at least when Roman turned up, there was some form of entertaining value there. Yeah. When this guy turns up, I just want to puke.
I'm actually really tired of seeing the hydration station in the corner.
Yeah, me too.
Why is it always there?
I get the feeling.
No one ever takes a drink.
I know, right? I get the feeling, right? They're just they've already been used, right? They're empty Prime bottles they found while cleaning up, and they're just filling them with tap water.
Isn't that probably... Well, I've never tasted Prime. I'm not going to say anything
about I don't want to taste Prime. It's a gimmick. I don't care about Prime. Yeah, have you got anything else?
No.
Who do you got?
Cody.
Cody Rhodes, all the way.
Seriously, if Logan Paul wins that championship, I'm out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. If Logan Paul wins the undisputed WWE Championship at King and Queen of the Ring, we stop covering WWE content.
And not just because we don't like Logan Paul, because it would be a terrible decision.
Because he is an absolute jackass. That is why. Like, there is, and it's kind of slightly jumping the gun here, but Damian Priest isn't fighting at King and Queen of the Ring, as far as we're aware anyway. Supposedly, when Clash of the Castle goes to Scotland, they're going to have Drew beat him for the title. To lead into CM Punk to beat him for the title.
Fine. Cool. Okay. Yawn.
Damian Priest had one title defense.
Yeah. It's not fair.
It's not. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Not fair.
We'll get to that. Stop pouting. All of our millions and millions of viewers are watching you right now. Pout.
Bit ambitious.
Dozens and dozens.
Amazing.
Okay, so second match we're going to talk about then is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, which is Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
My wife trying to derail things again as usual.
It was a sneeze.
So Sami Zayn obviously wins the title of WrestleMania.
Yes.
From Gunther. 666 days. I'm surprised the I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers here. I'm surprised the church groups haven't gone all over that, going, WWE's summoning the devil 666. They keep saying it every week, because it sounds like something they would do, right?
I'm surprised WWE haven't done something with it.
I know, right? Give him time. He then went on to face Chad Gable on Raw. I think it was either the week after or a couple of weeks after. I can't remember. It was in Montreal, in his hometown. Yeah. Beat Chad Gable.
Yep.
In a fair match. It was all clean. It was best man won kind of thing. As Sami was celebrating on the outside, hugging his wife, talking to his family, his like 70-odd-year-old dad, 78-year-old dad, whatever it was, talking to him, Chad Gable comes over and just sort of suplexes him on nowhere, starts beating him up outside the ring, and it's like, oh, heel turn.
He's been heel turning for a little bit.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think maybe in like another couple of weeks after that, Sami Zayn was facing Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was like, all right, I won that title. Sami's like, okay, cool, let's go. So they had a match, and Chad Gable gets involved, ends the match in disqualification, and then Adam Pearce, in his infinite wisdom, goes, let's do a triple threat.
Yep.
Or is it Sami Zayn went to Pearce? That probably sounds about right, actually.
Probably.
That's ringing off a bell in my head.
As soon as that interference happened, so you were like, I smell a triple threat.
Yeah, I did. I called that one. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it's become. And obviously we had Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable last night on Raw.
Yeah.
Chad Gable wins with the help of Otis after Maxine and Akira Tozawa refused to do the bidding of the Alpha Academy's leader. And then Otis goes to apologize to Sami Zayn. Yeah. Much to the chagrin of Chad Gable.
But to the happiness of the crowd.
Yeah. I haven't really got much to say about this match, because I don't think Sami was the right one to dethrone Gunther.
No.
I will die on that hill. But here we are, you know.
Yep.
But I feel this got better thing on this, because I don't want to see Logan Paul going for a WWE Undisputed Championship, you know. Yep. So, and I love a triple threat. A triple threat has got so much combustible elements to it, and I think it can be really good.
And then you've got three pretty different styles going into this match, so it could be a really interesting one.
Yeah, I think so. I want to see Chad Gable deadlift German Bronson Reed, because you know he's capable of it, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna do it, and I'm gonna be like, oh, popping hard, so hard. Yes, let's go. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got anything else about this. Unless what have you got?
Yeah, I mean,
I rambled a bit there.
With the shattering of the Alpha Academy, potentially.
It seems to be getting there, yeah.
Yeah, because we've had...
They're very slowly imploding.
Maxine have sort of rebelled now. They got kicked out of ringside. So they've stood up for themselves a bit. Great. Hopefully they don't fall back into old ways. And Otis apologising.
He's kind of doing the bidding, but kind of making amends afterwards.
And Gable, at the end of... After that match... Gable was saying to Otis, I've got your tickets for Saudi Arabia, you're going to help me, whatever it takes, this kind of thing.
Yes.
But I feel like if Tozawa and Maxine hadn't rebelled, Otis would have still been loyal. But with them maybe being gone, it might be the time for him to flip. Maybe. Which is what the crowd wants.
And it's no disqualification, triple threat, so Otis could literally come in and just beat the hell out of Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Imagine a Chad sandwich between Otis and Bronson.
But the one thing that WWE tends to scupper me in terms of predictions the most is when a turn is going to happen, when loyalties are going to change. And quite often they drag it out for longer than I think. So to me, it feels like the right moment, but it might not happen yet. But then it's a real possibility.
You're right. It is a bit of a deadly thing that they get into, where it then becomes like, oh, well, I'm sick of this now. I can't be asked for this anymore. Like, if they do this for another month without this kind of teasing, turning on Chad, I'm going to be out after like 2 weeks. I'll be like, yeah, this is boring now.
So I kind of want Otis to start his own academy, like the Beta Academy, and he'll have Maxine and Tozawa under his wing and look after him.
No, you know what you need to do? Bring back Tucky. And have the Steak and Weights Academy.
Steak and Weights!
Steak and Weights! Heavy machinery! Ooh, yeah! That went match my mind. Yeah, so, I mean, I like a long burn, but when it's got substance to it, this hasn't really got many ways you can go.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. It's sort of
so
the right
I feel
time.
A shorter period than this would be better and more beneficial.
Yeah. If Otis doesn't turn on Gable in this, he should go hard the other way and just be like, well, this is my guy.
Bulldoze Tozawa instead.
Yeah. In terms of predictions, though, I think Sami retains.
You keeping Sami?
Yeah.
Any
I don't know
reason
how
why?
it'll happen. There's a bit of a link with Saudi. I think we covered it previously when they've been over in Saudi Arabia. Sami's very popular, as far as I remember, out there. And a lot of this show is always about pleasing that crowd.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. I can't see Bronson Reed taking it. Definitely on the way. I can't see him taking it at this point. It's just,
it might be a bit early for him.
A bit more build up going on.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
if
he's
Gable
not
wins it, everyone's going to be real mad.
There was obviously he went off and he had a child with his wife, obviously, and he won WrestleMania, and he had a bit of time off, which, fantastic. Congratulations to him. But I feel that you can't sort of take time off and then come back in and go, right, I'm winning a title.
Yeah,
because it feels a bit, what the hell?
Out of the blue. Although that sometimes works really well.
Sometimes, but in this case, I think it would be a dud.
Yeah.
Not to sort of go against and say anything bad against Bronson Reed, because I do like Bronson Reed. I think he's fantastic. He's got a lot of potential. I mean, he was wrestling in New Japan as Jonah for a while. I think he was great in New Japan. But yeah, I think I agree. I think Sami Zayn's going to retain.
Yeah. So the alternative is Gable winning, because a heel champion's quite fun, but we've got too many heel champions.
Do we?
Maybe. Logan Paul. We only need him.
A-Town Down.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Logan Paul. I don't know if I class Damian Priest
Damien's
as a heel.
more like anti-face in a way.
Yeah, he's like a vigilante. He's like a Punisher. He's an anti-hero.
I think so.
Almost.
On the women's side, I don't know.
Well, you got Bayley and Becky Lynch.
They're both face.
And you got Bianca and Jade as the tag team champs.
Yeah, they're both face as well.
So we've only got two heels. I think Sami's gonna. Yeah, I think Sami's gonna retain.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a feeling.
Hooked on a feeling. Speaking of women's matches and the women's championship, next up we've got for the women's world championship, Becky Lynch defending against Liv Morgan. So I don't think we've covered this previously, but Becky. So Rhea Ripley had to relinquish her title.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks after WrestleMania.
Ooh.
We may have covered it at Backlash, but I don't think we did. There was a Royal Rumble, not a Royal Rumble, a Battle Royale the next week on Raw to crown the new champion. Becky Lynch was due to take some time off, and instead they bring her back in and get her to win the title.
Yeah.
What? Like, I like Becky, okay. She does get a bit stale at times, but she can go in the ring. But again, WWE's falling into the trap of always having the same people on the top of the company. And then when it comes time for new people to come in, they've got no one, and then they flounder and everyone criticizes. And it's like, well, great. Okay. And kind of slightly off topic here, but you go over to Willow Nightingale won the TBS title.
Yeah.
And nobody expected that. Swerve Strickland has become super hot and has won the title for AEW and like is carrying the ball with that. And it's like, he would never have gotten that sniff in the world title match. He would never have gotten the WWE championship in WWE. Absolutely not. So AEW are looking to build stars. And I know there's going to be someone watching there who on watching this video will go, but how do you explain Adam Copeland winning the TNT title? Yeah, but look how many people he's given a shot to. Cope Open. People have come in. Matt Cardona, you had Kyle O'Reilly, people like that, going in for that title, and it gives them a hell of a spotlight because Adam Copeland, or Edge, is a phenomenal talent, and he's giving them that rub. He's giving them that shine,
There are no squash matches in the Cope Open.
Absolutely not, no.
Hell matches.
No. So, so Becky Lynch wins this Battle Royale, which was just awful, by the way. And then a couple of weeks later, there was a sort of, I can't even remember the exact specifics of it. It was Liv Morgan beating Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Because she was getting interfering and stuff. She wanted Becky Lynch, and Liv was like, nope. And then this kind of shunted her into this number one contender spot. There's been a few words back and forth here and there, but that's pretty much been it. Yeah. Honestly, the build-up for this PLE has been rather crap. Let's be perfectly honest. It's been a bit lame. But, I mean, it's difficult, obviously, because you're still having, like, what they should do is really go hard on the brand split, okay? Back in when they first started the split, you would have Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series would have both shows. Yeah. Both matching both shows, okay? Then you might have February might be a Raw PLE, or pay-per-view back then. March would be SmackDown. Yeah. May would be Raw. June would be SmackDown. They kind of alternated, and it allowed for a bigger build-up.
And that would really help me, because I can never remember who's on what show. Never. And if they split it up a bit,
Yep.
then it would be a bit easier.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. But then they did start doing 2 pay-per-views a month.
Yeah.
One from Raw, one from SmackDown. That got way too much. That was
too much.
awful. I got nothing else to say about this, really.
Do you want to hear my theory?
Come on, then.
Okay.
Let's go.
Liv Morgan came back.
Yeah.
And that's like right at the start of when all this stuff started happening. It's quite recent. Started building up. People love her. People want her to be a champion. Rhea gets injured before they've built up enough momentum with Liv. So they need to have a placeholder champion to have a target for Liv's revenge tour. Someone who's established, someone who's believable to be a champion. So they bring Becky Lynch back, beg her to come back and not go on leave for a bit. So that they can build...
I think her contract's coming up soon.
Probably. So they can build Liv up that little bit. She's had a storming run since that pay-per-view, doing a lot of stuff.
Barely.
Yeah, PLE, whatevs. Cancel me. Beating Nia Jax, huge. Having run-ins with Becky. She's building up that momentum, building up the crowd support, so that maybe at King and Queen of the Ring, she gets her moment. Becky gets to step away, go on her break. Liv Morgan is champion, like was potentially always planned.
Okay. All right.
Maybe. Because Liv was going to have beef with Rhea, but Rhea had to go.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it might not be, it's speculation. But since, I don't know, just thinking about it now, why did they put Becky Lynch in that spot? Because she was a reliable person to be there.
Because they've got no one else.
For Liv Morgan.
That's why they got no one else.
Someone she could take revenge on. Because I can't remember if Becky Lynch wronged her at all, but she's made it believable. So that's my theory. So I'm going to take a risk and say Liv will win.
Okay.
It's a risk probably, but I'm...
Unfortunately, in my mind, I'm going Becky. Rag's going Becky too, apparently. That probably didn't pick up on the mic, but Rag's just me out. I get the feeling they only put it on Becky because they got no one else.
Okay.
There's literally no one else on the Raw roster who could viably hold that title, especially when they were doing the draft and they knew where everyone was going.
Okay.
So they had to sort of maybe, I don't know if they begged or just asked or whatever for Becky Lynch to come back, and she did. Otherwise, why not just have Liv Morgan win it off the bat?
Because she hadn't built up the momentum yet. I think they had this whole plan of the revenge tour, and if her revenge tour ended at that Royal Rumble, not Royal Rumble, you know what they did.
Is it Chamber?
At the thing where Becky got it.
Oh, the Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, because Liv was the last person in that Battle Royale with Becky.
So if she'd done that, they'd have lost the revenge angle because she wouldn't have needed it anymore. And you mentioned today that Liv's merch has been selling like hotcakes. The revenge tour merch, I'm assuming.
Apparently, Liv Morgan was the highest female merch seller for last month.
It looks really cool. It's very punky kind of design. So maybe they could see that they'd had all this merch printed, revenge tour, and like, well, if we can't have the revenge tour, it's not going to sell. That's sort of where I'm coming from. So
I kind of get where you're coming from. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I'm sort of, it's partly because I love the idea of Liv as champion.
The downside that I've got with that is I remember Liv Morgan's last run with the title.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great, and she got slammed really hard for it.
But she might well have learned.
I mean,
we'll see.
Now could be the right time to do it,
Maybe.
But I don't think they're going to pull the trigger.
Okay.
That's my inkling. I don't know why. I just got an inkling that. And
I'm going to keep that little optimism in my belly.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
In terms of, I probably should have covered this at the beginning, if we do sort of get any updates or stipulations on new matches, or we change our mind between now and the event airing, we will just update the description to this video down below.
He's going to try and talk me out of it once we finish.
No, I'm not. It's you've got a point. You've got a point. That's the thing. It's yeah.
He's
no,
thinking about
I still think it's gonna be Becky for now because they've like Becky Lynch. Everyone, so you can probably go up to 10 people and go, do you know who Becky Lynch is? And maybe 6 of them will go, yeah. You can go to the same 10 people and do you know who Liv Morgan is? And they'll be like, who?
Maybe.
That's the issue. I think she's still got a little bit of a way to go.
Okay.
And let's say, you can play devil's advocate of this. Like, say Nia Jax has a bit of a rager for Liv Morgan right now, even though they're on different shows.
Sounds so wrong.
I know, yeah. So Nia Jax come out and start beating both of them up, and it gets the match thrown out.
Yeah.
So then next PLE, they could have a steel cage match or a no holds barred match or something like that, and then you get a chance to build it up a bit more. Because it hasn't really been that long and it hasn't really been that much either.
Yeah, I think it's in the back of my head that Becky needs a break.
The only thing that Liv has really been doing recently is attacking Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
Valkyria, because she's Irish as well. And it's like, right, okay.
There might be a tag match somewhere, but I don't know who Liv would team up with. I don't know.
I know I'd love to see tag with her.
Mm-hmm.
Sanity version of Nikki Cross.
Ooh.
That would be insane.
We miss you, Nikki Cross.
We do.
Sanity version.
Yeah, not this.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, cool. So next match we're going to talk about then is the as to be determined women's Queen of the Ring finals.
All right, here comes the speculation.
So we already know. So I don't think I'm going to go through all the matches. I've written them all down, but I don't think I'm going to go through them. Anyway. But in terms of the finals, we've got Lyra Valkyria, it's really difficult for me to say that, beat Io Sky and Raw to advance to the finals, which I'm surprised about.
Very surprising.
Because I figured they were going to go for Io Sky and Bianca Belair in the finals. And then on SmackDown on Friday night, we're going to have Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. The winner of that goes on to face Lyra at the Queen's Crown, Queen of the Ring, whatever you want to call it, the finals.
I just had a sinking thought in my stomach about Nia Jax becoming Queen of the Ring. It's just in my head, it's like, oh my goodness, that's a possibility. But anyway, continue.
So the first thing we're going to have to cover is, who do you think's going to win between Bianca and Nia?
Oh my goodness, Bianca's got to win. I think it would actually be really interesting if Nia won, but Bianca's getting the push, like usual, and with a connection to Jade. I don't think they would, but saying that, I didn't expect Io Sky to lose. So maybe they're just throwing the rule book out.
So Jade Cargill could get involved in this if they take her over.
Yeah.
Because Nia Jax beat her on disqualification. Jade's clearly going to be upset with that.
Yes.
So who's to say referee doesn't take a bump, Jade comes out, slams Nia Jax, Bianca wins. That's the kind of way I see it going down.
Yeah.
Or Bianca will just beat her clean because it's Bianca Belair and she's Superwoman and she can do everything. Yay!
I think most likely for me, based on what we know of WWE's mentality, is Bianca wins.
Yeah. So that makes the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament Lyra Valkyria versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Lyra could. I don't think that would work. I don't think that Lyra winning would work in any situation. I feel really bad, but she hasn't been there long enough to be Queen of the Ring. I mean, it could happen. Anything's supposed to be able to happen. She beat Io, so she's definitely like being pushed. She's up there. But if she beats Bianca...
She beat Dakota Kai in the first round.
Yeah.
And she beat Zoe Stark in the second round.
If she beats either Bianca or Nia, that just upsets the whole apple cart. It feels like it just like it unbalances everything. It makes everything a bit wild, right?
So, okay. I just popped in my head actually.
Okay,
so
go.
Lyra Valkyria has a bit of a friendship, I guess you'd call it, with Becky Lynch.
Okay.
They have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
Lyra Valkyria defeated Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's title last year.
It's true.
Who's to say she doesn't win the Queen of the Ring and go, hey Becky, how about a friendly title match? That's an option.
That's an option.
But I think the same as you. It's Bianca's time. It's Bianca this, Bianca that. Bianca's going to win it.
Even if Nia gets through, I can't see Lyra winning. Maybe there is Lyra does a great job, which she's great. She is a brilliant wrestler. So whatever the outcome is, I'm sure Becky would probably still give her a title match.
Well, it's just exactly.
Yeah.
I do think Bianca's going to win it. Unfortunately.
She doesn't need it. No,
she's already a tag champ. It's probably the last thing that she hasn't done yet. Because, I mean, there's only been one other Queen of the Ring at this point. That was Zelina Vega. The one, and we'll cover this in the men's minute because it kind of goes back a bit further. But yeah, I really don't want to see Bianca Belair win this. But
no,
I think
the most likely outcome,
it does.
Right?
It does.
Maybe we'll be wrong.
Maybe.
And if we are wrong, whatever the outcome between Lyra and Nia will be interesting.
So, who would you rather win out of Nia Jax and Bianca? That's a tricky one.
I think, I don't like Nia's character. I know you're not meant to like her.
I don't like
she's
her
a
in-ring
heel.
ability because she's too reckless.
Something about the way she portrays the character rubs me the wrong way. Like, not disliking like she's a heel, but disliking because she's
as
a bit.
Person.
She just rubs me up the wrong way. But saying that a heel queen of the ring is an interesting concept.
Zelina was heel.
Yeah,
she had it.
It's fun, and she could be really brutal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Use it to wield power in the locker room. There could be some interesting stuff, but prone to causing injury. So don't really want her in more matches than she has to be in. She might be getting better. She might be learning from mistakes. I want to give the benefit of the doubt where I can, but I do.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I think.
Kat.
I think Lyra winning it, even though it feels really unlikely, would be an interesting twist.
I think that would literally be the definition of an upset.
Yeah, it would flip everything on its head.
Like Bianca Belair, multi-time world champ, current tag champ.
Yeah.
Lyra Valkyria beats her.
What even is WWE right now?
That'd be great.
It would be actually.
Really interesting. I was stunned when they had that fatal 4-way match for the women's #1 contendership, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark won it. And I'm like, there's going to be damage control. It's going to be damage control. There's always damage control. Oh, wait, what the hell?
Damage control are just dead in the water right
Zoe
now.
Stark just pinned. I can't remember. I think it was Maxine, I think. Or was it Ivy? It might have been one of the two. I know it was one of that team. But I was stunned by that. I was like, wait, what?
So it's like times are changing in the women's division. So in my head, it's a bit like anything can happen.
But is it enough? Because right now we've got Bayley, who's great.
Yes, Bayley's great.
But she's still a staple.
Yes.
She's still in house-grown.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
They're both a champion. Jade Cargill.
Maybe.
Jade Cargill's the only one that hasn't... She's not WWE homegrown. She was in AEW first. She's been on that exposure, on that thing with the TBS title. She's 60-0, it's winning streak or whatever. So she's not one of the WWE Performance Center builds, but Bianca Belair is. So... As it stands right now, all the women in the company, apart from Jade, are homegrown and they all hold titles. And moving on then to the finals of the men's King of the Ring tournament. Mm-hmm. We have already advanced to the finals. We have Gunther, and he will be facing either Tama Tonga or Randy Orton. So, like we did with the women's match just now, we're going to talk about that first. So Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton on SmackDown.
Oh, that's a really really difficult one. I would always vote for Randy, but Tama Tonga is just like bulldozing the scene.
Even though that stupid thing he did on SmackDown that they're making him do is really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that was
weird.
Just.
What's he doing?
I nearly swore again. Like what the hell was that?
Yeah, it was really weird, but
stupid.
In ring wise, and just in terms of the oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name of the faction.
Bloodline.
Yeah, the Bloodline. How did that go? Sorry. There's some really interesting stuff happening right there. And,
Tangaloa.
You kind of... I wouldn't want that to lose momentum.
Yeah.
So I think Tama Tonga might go through.
So you're going for Tama versus Gunther?
Yeah. There's room for interference and... it's difficult.
The downside I've got with that, right? But then it's awkward because you can get away with a face versus face match.
Yes.
Bianca Belair versus Lyra Valkyria works.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra versus Nia Jax works because it's a face and a heel.
Yeah.
If you've got Gunther and Tama Tonga in the finals, it's two heels. That's my problem with that.
But it doesn't never happen.
When was the last time it happened?
I can't remember because I can't figure it out in my head. It doesn't come to me naturally.
You have to. I mean, I don't know. Sort of,
for a long time.
I don't want to focus too much on just looking at notes, but I don't remember the last time that a heel versus a heel was a thing. Because you won't get the crowd. You'll lose the crowd so hard, especially in WWE crowd.
True.
I mean, Rhea versus Nia, but Rhea's clearly over.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't class her as a heel at that point. Not this year. Certainly not on any of the PLEs this year. You might get it on like a random SmackDown or a Raw or whatever, but I don't think on a PLE.
Okay, so you're going Randy for that.
As much as I really don't want to vote against Tama Tonga.
Yeah, it does feel a weird choice if that happens because the bloodline has that momentum.
Because it looked like they were gonna maybe push Gunther as a slightly turning face kind of thing, and then they kicked out Giovanni Vinci from the Imperium.
Yeah,
and they doubled down hard on the heel.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, okay.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, so...
And then another thing, what does WWE like to do?
Break records.
Break records and tick boxes. Yeah. One thing that Randy Orton has not done in his career in WWE is...
Win King of the Ring.
Win the King of the Ring.
All right, I'm all in for Randy. Randy wins. So, Randy's King of the Ring.
I get the feeling it's going to be Gunther versus Orton.
Yeah.
Because we've never had that match either.
No, that's
And there's
true.
still time. Orton, I don't know how many things he's got left on his punch card.
He's been around a while.
He's been around a long time. 14-time world champ, I believe. He's I mean, at least 20 years in WWE. You know, he came in, he had multiple injuries, and he's been through the ringer, and he's been out for a year and a half or whatever for injury. So I think that this could be one of those, oh my God, we're going to get to see Gunther and Orton kind of things. Whereas Gunther versus Tama down the line is still a possibility because Tama's... He's probably like my age, and Gunther's probably about my age, so they've still got years ahead of them, you know. I'm not saying Orton doesn't, but I think it's more likely that Tama will be around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In the future. So, let's say it's Gunther versus Orton then.
Yeah.
You're predicting Orton.
Yeah, I've now got in my head just like Orton doing the whole thing with a crown, and it just looks so good. So, it's already in my head.
But the Ring General could be the Ring King. The Ring King. The King of the Ring, Gunther. They took that Intercontinental title off him for a reason.
Yeah, okay.
To go on for bigger and better. What's bigger and better than beating Randy Orton?
Very true.
At the King of the Ring. But you're also dangling that carrot for Randy Orton. Hey, look, King of the Ring, it's right there.
Yeah.
Gunther beats him. Then you could potentially set up a WrestleMania rematch down the line.
Interesting. Ooh, I like it. I like it.
So, with the men's and the women's King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, we will put in the description down below, after SmackDown's occurred, who wins each match and if it updates any of our predictions. Because obviously if it's Tama Tonga, you might want to change it.
Gotta have a look again. If it's Tama Tonga, I will want to change it.
I would love to see Tama win that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to see Tama Tonga win this.
And I don't know what that would cause between him and the head of the table if he's the king.
Doesn't matter because Solo Sikoa is running a bloodline right now.
Who's higher up on the hierarchy, the king or the head of the table?
Well, the head of the table hasn't been seen.
The tribal chief.
The tribal chief hasn't been seen since WrestleMania.
I feel like Solo is the tribal chief.
Solo is the tribal chief right now. And Solo probably put Tama in the tournament.
But then if Tama gets the crown, is he going to be like, wow?
I don't think he will. I think he'll see it as a bloodline's working its way back up.
Okay. Two.
I want to see Solo destroy Logan Paul for the US title. I'm not biased. And then I want to see, I want him to start calling the Girls of Destiny. I want to see Tanga and Tama go for the tag titles. That'd be great.
That would be great.
So what is your most looking forward to match on this card?
Well, I can't really say the King or Queen of the Ring because...
Well, you can, as long as you state what the combination is, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I think you have made me excited for Orton versus Gunther. I think it probably is that, thinking about it. Let me have a think. Potentially Randy versus Gunther.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that could be an absolute banger if it happens.
I think even if Tama Tonga's in there, I think it's going to be...
Yeah. I mean, Tama, like I said, I've shown some New Japan stuff. I've seen a lot more of his New Japan stuff. And I think he's fantastic. He's a superb talent.
Yep.
Hell of a get for WWE. Fair play. And Tangaloa. Or Tongaloa, as I think they're calling him now, which is...
Yeah.
What's your least looking forward to match on the card?
Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I'm not
Cody
even
Rhodes,
going to say
Logan
Cody
Paul.
versus Logan Paul.
It's What's the lowest point of this card? Logan Paul. You know what the lowest point in this card is going to be? Seeing that damn bottle on the ring mat again.
Lame. It's so bad. At least it's not rainbow colours.
Don't put that out in the universe. Take us away, Leanne.
Thank you so much for watching. We have been Lee Allen Presents. We appreciate you crown.
Bing!
Please like this video if you liked it. Hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. You can follow us on our social media. Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You always struggle with that these days.
I was like, have I already said Twitter? No, you said Instagram. It's the name change that threw me off. Anyways, yeah, talk to us there or in the comments. Let us know what your predictions are for the show. If you've got any interesting theories or fantasy booking, we'd love to hear it. And we'll talk to you about it and let you know why you're wrong. No, we won't, because we don't know. Everyone's entitled to opinions and predictions. It's all good.
Watch one of us get a clean sweep now and be like, told you were right.
I just love that we're going back to having different answers for things. It's been a bit. So we will be back with our reactions after the show. So I think we're able to watch it live because of it being in Saudi Arabia. I think
it's 5 p.m. I think.
So we should be able to get our reactions out probably on Sunday.
It depending on how long the show is, it may be Saturday night if it's quick, but I wouldn't bet on that one. It'll be either Saturday night or Sunday.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we will also have our predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing.
I was waiting for the fumble on the name.
I was looking at you purposely like, did I get it right? But I did. So we'll be back with that. So
and that show's looking like a hell of a banger as well.
Yeah.
But then show me an AEW pay-per-view that isn't a banger.
Yep. So that'll be good. Join us for that. Yeah, keep an eye on our stuff.
Stuff.
I think that's everything.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, long live the king and also the queen. Bye!